Ethan Reyes didn't wake up peacefully, not even close. It began with the feeling that something was off in a way his exhausted dad brain couldn't immediately define. His eyes opened slowly, adjusting to the thin gray light filtering in through the half-broken blinds he still hadn't gotten around to replacing. His bedroom smelled different too, warm, floral, like vanilla mixed with jasmine. Not the scent of detergent he bought on discount or the faint lemon cleaner he used to mop the floor. No, this smell belonged somewhere elegant, expensive, and definitely not in his small, slightly cluttered room filled with thrift store furniture and half-finished repair projects. He blinked, confused, stretching his arm out, and froze so suddenly he felt his pulse slam into silence. There was a woman in his bed. Not just any woman, Naomi Carter, billionaire CEO of Carter Tech. A woman whose face appeared in magazines, on business shows, and on billboards advertising her company's latest tech innovations. She was the kind of woman whose shoes probably cost more than his monthly rent. The kind of woman who didn't belong in neighborhoods like his. And she was wearing his shirt. His old, soft, faded black shirt, the one with a tiny rip near the collar and sleeves stretched from years of use. The sight was so surreal he wondered if he was dreaming. She lay curled under his blanket, dark hair spilling over the pillow like night silk. Her long, flawless legs were bare, knees slightly bent, the hem of his shirt sliding dangerously high. For a moment, Ethan forgot how to breathe. He felt heat rise to his face, panic drop into his stomach, and confusion punch him directly in the chest. Nothing in his entire life made sense anymore. Last night had been normal. That was the terrifying part. He'd come home from the auto shop after a long shift, picked up Lily from her after-school program, heated up leftover spaghetti, helped her with a science worksheet on magnets, bathed her, read her favorite chapter book until she fell asleep on his shoulder. Then he fixed the leaky faucet, cleaned up the kitchen, and collapsed into bed somewhere around midnight. There had been no billionaire CEOs involved in any part of that routine. Definitely none ending up undressed in his bed wearing his shirt. His voice came out in a strangled croak. "What?" Naomi stirred. Ethan almost fell off the mattress. Her eyelids fluttered open, dark lashes brushing her cheeks. She looked disoriented for a moment, then shocked, and then strangely calm as her gaze found his. Her voice came out low and raspy, the kind of morning voice that could shatter hearts. "Ethan, please don't freak out. Don't freak out." She might as well have said don't breathe. He scrambled backward, hitting the wall with a dull thud. "Ms. Carter, why are you in my shirt? Why are you in my bed? Why? Just why?" Her lips curved. Not into a smirk, not amusement, but something softer. Something fragile. It stunned him more than anything else. Naomi Carter didn't do fragile. Not according to the internet. Not according to the news. Not according to the rumors at work about how she once fired 2 executives in the same meeting for interrupting her. But here she was, vulnerable in his shirt, hair messy, makeup faintly smudged, eyes unguarded. "I know it looks bad," she whispered. "But there's something I need to explain. Something important." Before Ethan could respond, there was a knock on the door. "Daddy, are you awake?" "Lily." Ethan shot up so fast he nearly tripped over the blanket. "Just a second," he squeaked. Naomi's eyes widened in alarm. "Please don't let her see me like this," she begged in a whisper. "Not yet." Ethan nodded frantically. He darted into the hallway, shut the door behind him, and faced his daughter. His bright, curious, unstoppable 8-year-old. "Morning, Lily Bear," he said, trying and failing to sound normal. "The toaster exploded again," she announced, unfazed. "I think it hates me." "No, sweetie, it just gets tired sometimes," he said, ruffling her hair while trying not to look like a man hiding a billionaire in his bedroom. "Let me fix it." He fixed the toaster, made her breakfast, and listened to her chatter about school, crushes she claimed not to have, and the science project she insisted must involve glitter because science deserves sparkle. Ethan smiled, nodding, pretending. But inside, he was unraveling. Behind his closed bedroom door was a CEO who had no business being in his house, much less his shirt. When Lily finally left for school, He locked the door, turned around, and braced himself. He walked back to his room slowly, heart pounding so hard he felt it in his teeth. He opened the door. Naomi was sitting up now, hair tousled, shirt slipping off one shoulder, legs crossed elegantly, like she belonged in Vogue instead of his tiny bedroom. She looked at him with something almost like fear. "Ethan," she said softly, "I need to tell you what happened last night." His chest tightened. "Yeah," he croaked. "I think that would be good." Naomi swallowed hard. "Something happened. Something dangerous. And you saved me." Ethan felt the world tilt. "Saved you? I wasn't supposed to survive last night," she whispered. "And you were the only person I trusted enough to run to." His heart skipped a beat. Her voice trembled. "Ethan, someone tried to kill me." And just like that, his entire world stopped. Part 2. For a moment, Ethan didn't move. He didn't blink, didn't breathe. The words hit him like a physical blow. "Someone tried to..." "Yes," Naomi said, voice barely audible. "And I would be dead if I hadn't seen you." Ethan shook his head. "Naomi, last night I was home. I didn't go anywhere. Let me explain," she whispered. "Please." He nodded stiffly, sitting on the edge of the bed, keeping a proper distance but unable to hide how shaken he was. Naomi looked down at her hands, fingers trembling. "I was at a board dinner last night," she said. "It was supposed to be a celebration, our new product launch. Investors, partners, high-ranking executives, the usual crowd." She paused, taking a shaky breath. But something felt wrong. I couldn't explain it. Just wrong. Ethan listened, his chest tightening with every word. "When I left early to get some air," Naomi continued, "I found my car waiting. But my driver wasn't the same man who always picks me up." Ethan frowned. What did he say? Nothing at first. He locked the doors, drove off. He told me to stay quiet or it would get messy. A chill raced down Ethan's spine. "Oh my God." "I panicked," she admitted. "But I watched the streets. He was taking me away from the city, toward the bridge." "Carter Bridge?" Ethan asked. She nodded. "I realized, if I didn't get out, I never would. So as the car slowed near a stoplight, I forced the door open and jumped." Ethan flinched. "You jumped out of a moving car?" "I didn't have a choice." Ethan exhaled hard, horrified. "I hit the pavement hard," Naomi whispered. "Everything hurt. My legs, my side, my head, but I had to keep moving. I got up and ran. And that's when I saw it." She looked up at him with tear-bright eyes. "Your truck." Ethan stared at her. "My truck." She nodded. "Your old blue pickup. The dent on the right side. The peeling bumper sticker with the faded superhero logo. I recognized it instantly." Ethan felt dizzy. "I waved. Screamed. Something," Naomi whispered. "You slammed the brakes and ran toward me. I barely remember anything after, just your voice saying, 'You're okay. I've got you.'" Ethan swallowed hard. Images flickered in his mind, blurry, disjointed. Her weight in his arms. Blood on his hands. His shirt slipping off his shoulder because he'd ripped it. Her faint voice saying his name. "I brought you home," he murmured. She nodded. "You cleaned my wounds, bandaged my leg, gave me water. And when I couldn't stop shaking, you handed me your shirt and turned away so I could change." Ethan felt heat climb up his neck. "I didn't want to make you uncomfortable." "You didn't," she whispered. "You made me feel safe. More than safe." She met his eyes again, and Ethan felt something heavy and electric settle in the room. "You didn't ask me for explanations. You didn't call reporters. You didn't panic. You just helped." Ethan shook his head, overwhelmed. "Anyone would have." "No," she cut in gently. "Anyone wouldn't. If I had gone to anyone in my company, they might have handed me back to the same people trying to silence me." Ethan's blood ran cold. "You're saying someone inside Carter Tech is involved?" Naomi nodded slowly. "Someone powerful. Someone who doesn't want me in control anymore." Ethan clenched his jaw. "Then why me?" Naomi's voice softened to something he wasn't prepared for. "Because when I saw your headlights, I felt safe. Because the way you ran to me wasn't about power or status. You weren't scared of me. You weren't intimidated. You were just you." Her gaze dropped to their hands, his resting near hers but not touching. And because I've noticed you, Ethan, she admitted quietly. His heart skipped. Noticed me, more than you think. Ethan was frozen, every nerve ending buzzing. Last night, she whispered, I wasn't running from danger. I was running to you. His breath caught. Naomi shifted closer, the hem of his shirt brushing her thigh. And when I woke up this morning, she said softly, I realized something else. Ethan could barely speak. What? I don't want last night to be the only night, she whispered. I want to stay for a while. With you. With Lily. If you'll let me. The room felt suspended in time. Ethan stared at her. The powerful CEO who somehow looked more human, more real, more breathtaking sitting in his old shirt than she ever had in a designer suit. He felt terrified, and alive, and hopeful in a way he hadn't felt in years. Naomi, he whispered, voice cracking with emotion. She looked at him with eyes that held fear and courage all at once. Do you want me to stay? Ethan swallowed hard. His heart answered before his mouth did. Yes, he breathed. I think I want that too. Her smile was small, beautiful, and the moment she leaned into him, trusting him fully, Ethan knew his life had just changed forever.